Alright guys, welcome back to Fish Testing Forever. We caught ourselves some sheepshead today. If you didn't see them already, there's some right there. My buddy Joseph here, lifelong friend from 7th grade. He recommended that I do a YouTube video on how to clean sheepshead. There's no special secret to me because I've cleaned thousands of them, but he's having a little bit of difficulty, so he recommended do the YouTube video. And I typically don't do flaying videos because there's so many of them on the YouTube, but this is the way I do it. I'm going to do it with a 10-inch Forstner, and I prefer to use an electric knife just because I got arthritis in my hand. But there's a little hard spot on the sheepshead right here. Get a little bit closer, and I always try to miss that. What I do is just put a lot of pressure after you knock some scales back and push all the way through to where the knife is on the other side of the fish and cut the belly. The reason I cut it all the way to the other side is so that it's ready on the other side whenever you get to the other side. And just cut back, miss that real hard spot right there. And I always, you see me use my finger in his eyeball because it helps me hold on to the fish better. And then I like to use about this much of the knife to go back when I get started. Go back. Then when it gets to back here, I like to stick the knife just back behind its butthole. I don't know how else to say it. See the knife there poked out through his butthole? And then go back. And I like to leave it attached back here. I'll show you why here in a minute. So now I'm just going to go like any other fish and lift up the back strap just to the bones. You hear the knife? And I'll flip it around and I cut out the belly to that other mark I had and just go out. And then I like to hold this with my hand and just push through as much as possible, just not all the way through, just a little bit, just to break up some of those rib cage bones. And I flip it back around and I lift it up. And if you go right in the center of the fish, where you're going to cut out anyhow later from the bones, just poke a little hole. And then I stick my finger in that hole, lift up, and then I cut the back, and then you got the fillet, and you just pull it right off, and you got your fillet, whole fillet. Alright, so we're going to go on the other side. I already got kind of started on this side from when I cut through. So I'm just going to poke through, make that cut down, just start flaying a fish just like you always do. Go back and get halfway through and poke through all the way back to the bottom pectoral fin and cut back, and then go to the back strap, get the back strap meat, flip it around, grab that in the back, cut the belly as far as you can, poke that little hole. The table's getting kind of slippery. Poke the hole, grab it through the middle, cut that off, and then just pull it right off. You got your fillet. Then you ain't got to worry about all the ribcage bones trying to hold you from pulling the fillet up. And a little bit later, we'll cut all this out. I'm gonna use an electric knife and cut all that out. Real easy. A lot easier with an electric knife. All right. And I'm gonna make a different video with the electric knife. All right, for the electric knife, poking a hole works better, but it's kind of awkward. So I just let the electric knife do its thing and cut down. And then just like you do a regular fish, I've tried going through just like you do a crappie or a trout or anything else all the way through, and this rib cage really messed me up. So I start off filleting it, basically fillet it just like I did with a regular knife, and it seems like you get a whole lot more meat off the sheepshead by doing it that way. Takes a little bit extra time when you use an electric knife, but it's the best way to get most amount of meat off the sheepshead. And I just cut right through those rib cages. I don't even got to worry about dealing with the hole, because the electric knife is, in my opinion, the way to go. So you got the fillet right there. It goes just a little bit faster, and it's a lot easier on my wrists. Just push down a little bit. It's definitely not, doesn't go straight through like a trout. And work your way back. Maybe not the best video footage because my hand was in the way. And that's a wrap. Probably